VP. It's been a very huge weekend for the martial arts, of course. We had people like Boots fighting, and Boots was with a very nice knockouts in the first round via Lima. It was in Philadelphia, and Boots really came out in the hometown. First of all, shout out to Boots, because after he just beat those guys, he called out the whole 154 division. We had people saying him that he was ducking Virgil Ortiz, of course. Virgil Ortiz still has a fight scheduled versus Lubin, but people were saying that Boots is actually ducking him. But Boots, after the big win in 154, he's saying he's ready for everybody. He wants all the smoke. He wants to fight Virgil. He wants to fight Charlo. He wants to fight Bakram. He wants to fight Fundora. And of course, we know the 154 division is so stacked, and it's a division that is so entertaining at the moment. So Virgil Ortiz versus Boots can be a fight which can be made in the 2026. But you already know Virgil Ortiz first has to win his fight versus Erickson Lubin, and see if his promoter De La Hoya and Eddie can come up to an agreement so that Boots and Virgil can fight. That's the fight to make after the big fight win of Lima, because Boots' knockout reel is so good, and the style of Virgil, the Mexican style, which is coming forward. And Boots, of course, his style is offensive. He throws a lot of punches and has knockout power. And Boots is a really good, really special fighter, and I can't wait to see him in the 154 division. Another fight that happened was the McMurdo fight versus Dave Allen. The Sheffield hero was in a 12-round battle with the knockout artist from Russia. Big fight, of course. Allen with a strong chin. We already know how he comes. He comes to fight every time he's in town. And the home crowd was so good for him, and he felt the love. It was a big boxing event, and the first half of the boxing I was giving it to the Mark. Mark was boxing so well, but he was really throwing heavy punches. He really wanted to take Dave out of there, but like the white rhino he is, Dave was only coming forward. He had his moments in the fight, but Mark was just better. Mark was calling out Anthony Joshua in the fight, and I think people are really disrespecting Anthony Joshua, man. Anthony Joshua is one of the legends in boxing, two-time champ. And I will see if Mark is going to get a guaranteed fight with Anthony Joshua after the win with Dave Allen. But it was not a really special win, of course. But we'll see how it happens. Dave Allen, on the other hand, still has some fights left in the tank, because he said he's not done, and I hope we can see him back, because that showdown was really good. Anyway, we have fights announced in the December 6th. We have Philly, we have Isaac Patricio, we have no, my god, sorry, we have Pitbull versus Lamont Roach on December 6th. Both fought Tank. Lamont Roach, of course, his last fight with a big controversial versus Tank Davis. Many people thought he won. Many people thought it was a knockdown. Other people really thought it was not a knockdown. Guys are calling this fight like the almost fight. Even why is they saying the almost? Because it was the previous fight, Isaac Pitbull versus Tank, how it ended. Many people still thought Isaac did his thing, but with a bold prediction, we are going to make the prediction in the coming weeks, of course, in the fight week, when the fight will be almost to happen. But that's a big fight, of course. Lamont Roach is coming up to another weight division and trying to take on the Pitbull. He comes forward a lot, but I think maybe the boxing of Lamont Roach, because we seen Pitbull doing this with Rolly and Akachapa Rolly. So might be another big fight in the December 6th card. Of course, there is another big fight announced. Johnny Beck versus Lara. Johnny Beck is the WBO IBF middleweight champ, and they are going to unify with Lara, who is a WBA champ. Lara is the oldest world boxing champion right now at 42 years old. and we'll know now there is in the Carlos Adames. He did want to fight Johnny Beck after his showdown with Shiraz. I was really thinking they are going to make with the WBC so that they can make the unification fight. But I think if Johnny Beck beats Lara and takes on the WBA belt, Carlos Adames won't have any other chance than fight the Kazakhstan style Johnny Beck. Johnny Beck is a very, very good and durable fighter. He boxes so well, but he's never fought. People are saying he's never fought really top elite level, but he's a champion for something at the 160 division. 160 division, the middleweight division, of course, we know the people who have reigned there. But Johnny Beck really wants to fight, and the fight versus Lara is being made, and that's a very good fight. And I can't wait to see. Lara still is a crafty fighter. Despite his age, he's going to come in and fight. We all know he comes in to fight. But in this case, Johnny Beck's want to be in the undisputed fight. In a dream fight where maybe Johnny Beck wins the fight, then he goes and beats Carlos Adames, and Crawford may actually try and fight for the 160 undisputed again, because Crawford got like 3 or 2 fights ahead of him, and that will be a major and another big event. So this Johnny Beck versus Lara fight can determine the future of the 160 division, and if there is going to be another undisputed champion, because the 160 division still needs a champion, because we already know Crawford is not going to go back to the 154 division again, but he can make an exception for the 160 division, which is loaded, but not with many people. For now, let him rule the king, because he conquered the king, who is Canelo Alvarez. Another fight which is going in the December. It was in the Kevin Thurman versus Fundora undercard, but it was rescheduled. It's been rescheduled, I think, 2 or 3 times now, but it's been rescheduled again. Stephen Fulton versus Shock versus Shock. That's a big fight, and due to the Fundora injury, with the hand injury that Fundora sustained in training, which the fight with Thurman is not going to happen. I think it's going to be in the undercard of the fight. I really want this fight to happen. It's for the WBC World Champion. On the same card, they will have Ramos versus Mosley Jr., the son of the Boxing Hall of Fame, Shane Mosley. It's going to be a really electric card. Things that are going in the boxing world right now, they are saying Manny Pacquiao may come back early next year and fight from the WBO, maybe Rolly. They may actually maybe fight in January for the belt. Pacquiao had a good comeback, coming back and fighting Mario Barrios the way he did. Many people thought he won the fight again, but a draw was good. The fight would have gone either way. It was a close fight, but he really didn't get the fight given to him, so it was a draw. Now he's going back and trying to try and fight another champion in Rolly. Rolly is getting money being a B-side. This guy coming in, every time people are looking like he can't do anything. They matched him up with Ryan and spoiled the Devin and Ryan too. So how will he do versus Pacquiao? Pacman is a big, of course we know he's an elite boxer, he's a legend in the game. He's old, but we can see he still has his speed. Even if the speed is not 100% as the way we knew it could be, Pacman is still a good boxer. And the fight versus Rolly in January might actually be good for Rolly, of course. And if Rolly gets this done, he may actually get in the Hall of Fame. People keep sleeping on him. But he's getting these fights done. He's fighting the fights that no one is fighting. Like the Tank, Shakur, Tiafimo, all these fighters are talking, but no one is actually getting in the ring. But Rolly keep getting active and is doing good. Another fight that it's a big and we have to watch itakuwa December. It's Diego Pacheco versus Kevin Sergio. Diego Pacheco with a 24-0 record and Sergio with a 26-0 record, and both are knockout artists. Knockout artist versus knockout artist. You already know it's going to be a fire fight. Pacheco is a really good prospect in the division, of course. Sergio been there taking people out, and you can see with their records, there are 20 plus fights for both of them, and knockouts and no defeat versus all of them. So it's undefeated versus undefeated. Boxing world right now, it's on fire, and we can see many in the fights they keep making. Hopefully with the fights and the Benavides fight, of course, which is going to happen with Anthony Yard. Benavides are so durable. Me personally, I'm a big fan of Benavides, and I think Benavides walks through Anthony Yard easy. There is the Devin fight versus Norman Jr. fight still, which is going to happen. Sam Nooks versus Abdullah Mason, it's another fight that is going to happen. So to close up the year, we have some good fights that are going to happen, and of course even the Fulton versus Shock fight, that's a big fight to see. It's been a good year for combat sports and boxing, and we'll keep updated on what's going on with the fights and the recap of the fights. Thank you.